Hello and welcome to a very, very special conversation with somebody who I've really admired. I mean, I've seen him come to the stage in a manner that few expected of him, but thereafter he was able to deal with a season which was perhaps not his best, and then came back, prioritized domestic cricket, went the hard yards, did the hard yards, understood what he needed to do, and now in a leadership position for his franchise, in a leadership position for his state, at every level that he plays, 100% is always the yardstick. मेरे साथ वेंकटेश अय्यर, Kolkata Knight Riders vice captain at the moment, and of course, I want to see him back in India colours as well. Welcome. First thoughts, you said you wanted to see Kolkata Knight Riders आपके लिए वो पैडल उठाएगा. वो पैडल तो उन्होंने उठा ही दिया, मैक्सिमम टाइम्स पैडल उठा दिया. अभी लीडरशिप रोल ऑफिशियली लास्ट ईयर भी आप वाइस कैप्टन थे, बट इस बार फ्रॉम द वेरी स्टार्ट एंड क्लियरली द फ्रेंचाइज वांट्स यू इन अ लीडरशिप रोल जर्नी.
It's been a great journey, as you said, or was very well put by you, considering how much importance I've given to domestic cricket. Because in India, why Indian cricket is so good, why people talk about Indian cricket is because of its domestic cricket structure. मैंने उसको बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस दिया और उसको खेलने के बाद ही मुझे ये समझ में आया कि बैटिंग, बॉलिंग, फील्डिंग के साथ साथ लीडरशिप कितना इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. And it's a great opportunity for me to be in that leadership role for KKR, a team that I have really loved. Beyond cricket, as I told you, a certain emotion with KKR. To play for KKR, I feel like I'm representing the entire Bengal. So it feels so great. And to be in a leadership role, yes, it is a big responsibility. I'll look to give my 100%.
What is special about KKR? क्या special है? I mean, हम जानते हैं 70,000 हम ही लोग हैं. हम लोग जाके आपके लिए we will fill Eden Gardens up and shout for you and celebrate you and all of that. But for you, what is special about KKR?
I think, especially when it comes to KKR, for the crowd, it's the ability to create heroes out of people who are just starting or haven't given up performances, but जो crowd का ability है यहाँ पे heroes बनाने का, जो मेरे सामने इतना बड़ा example है रिंकू सिंह का, उसको एक hero बनाया गया है. लोगों ने उसको एक hero बनाया और आज देखिए रिंकू कहाँ है और पूरा वर्ल्ड क्रिकेट रिंकू को कैसे जानता है. तो आई थिंक ये स्पेशल बात कोलकाता में ही है और यहाँ आके आपको क्रिकेट से अपने आप प्यार हो जाता है. तो आई थिंक इस फ्रेंचाइज के लिए खेलना भी अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी बात है. और जब मैं छोटा था, आई वॉज अ बिग फैन ऑफ सौरव गांगुली सर. उनकी भी पहली टीम कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स थी. तब मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि वी गेट टू चूज आवर IPL टीम. आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू बी इन KKR एंड लक कि मैं KKR में ही पिक हुआ पहली बार. तो उस टीम के लिए खेलना मेरे लिए और स्पेशल बात है. इस सिटी में आके खेला, ईडन गार्डन्स में खेलना हम लोगों के लिए एक सपना था. यहाँ आना एक सपना था इस स्टेडियम में.
मैं वही सवाल आपसे पूछने वाला था कि यार देखो, मैं जब छोटा था, from 3 years I've been watching matches at Eden Gardens, 1979. Every time I go into Eden Gardens and it's packed, it still gives me goosebumps. Whether I'm sitting in a gallery, whether I'm sitting in a box, whether I'm sitting somewhere with our fellow fans, and whether it's the KKR flag or the Indian flag. Can you tell us the experience? You are inside, all of us are cheering, people are cheering for you.
I really can't put it in words how I feel when I am at the Eden Gardens. I remember going there for the first time for a Ranji game. I was not playing that Ranji game, but बाहर बैठ के भी मुझे कुछ achievement वाली feeling आ रही थी that I have finally made it to the Eden Gardens. To come to Eden Gardens and to see so many people cheering for you and your team, I think for a cricketer, there is no greater feeling. You feel like 70,000-80,000 people are behind you. Whatever action you're doing, you're all doing it together, and that kind of adds to the beauty of the game. That brings out the best in you. And as I said, it gives everyone the opportunity to be a hero and to be loved by so many people.
A word on Shah Rukh Khan. I mean, he's involved in the franchise, yet gives you all the leaders, captain, vice captain, management, the freedom to kind of run the way you want to. A word on Shah Rukh Khan?
I think more than a franchise owner, he gives that elder brother vibe, and he makes you feel like he's there for you all the time. There's no need for a franchise owner to be so friendly and humble to us. That's what we thought from the outside, him being the mega star that he is. But he's so humble and so down to earth. you feel like doing something special for him. You feel like, no, I want to do something for this man. I want to do something special for Shah Rukh bhai. And I think that kind of makes him that larger than life persona that he is, yet so close to you, makes you so comfortable around him. And my favorite memory was when he told my mom that you've raised a very good child. So I was
Lovely.
extremely happy that time.
Lovely story. But when I come back to your career, Venki, you've started in a way that nothing could go wrong. I mean, all of a sudden there was this young kid on the block who was taking catches which are unbelievable, which are extraordinary, hitting sixes. I mean, like, what is going on? Talk about that season, and did it kind of exceed your expectations also? And then to see next season not going to plan, when you are brought down to the ground, that boss, this is not that easy sport. Not everything comes easy. And then to make another comeback and be part of a winning campaign and play a part again. Tell me your journey.
It's been a beautiful journey. You know, it's kind of like a great story that we can write about.
Yes.
I think, first time when I came into the IPL setup, I was loaded with confidence. And a big part of that has to go to me not understanding completely about the game as well. You know, when you don't understand few things, you just go out there and do what you know. That is, just go out there and enjoy. You know, I just went out there, enjoyed my game, expressed how I wanted to play, and everything came off. And see, it was not just about luck and fortune, but it was about me knowing that this is my ability and this is all that I know. I just fully focused on the task in hand. But then as my career progressed, obviously certain expectations are there on you. Teams expect you to do well in every game. The crowd, they want you to do well. You yourself set standards for you, which, in hindsight, I felt like it was a bit too much that I asked of myself. So I think throughout this journey, it was extremely important for me to be in the present rather than thinking about far ahead. That's one mistake that I made back in 22, where the words were doing the rounds that I'm going to play the World Cup and I can be in the World Cup squad. So rather than sitting and playing this game, thinking about this game, I was thinking about the World Cup. And in that moment, I ended up missing that and missing this as well.
It's tough to accept mistakes. You are.
I think I made a mistake, and see, it is a very genuine mistake, and it does happen.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. So I felt that, okay, I have made a mistake, and this is something that this was very important for me. This setback was extremely important for me, not just professionally, but personally as well. Now I'm a changed man now. I know that the most important thing in the world is this very moment, because this is the only thing that I can control. And that realization came later, and then I suffered an injury, which, I virtually lost 6 to 8 months of my cricketing career. That taught me a lot. That taught me a lot about being grateful for what I have. Sometimes in pursuit of something extraordinary, we end up forgetting that what we have is also okay. It is really nice. And these are not my words. These are Shah Rukh Khan's words. He told me this. So, this realization came very late. And now that it is here, I would like to hold on to it for a very long time. And again, not talking about performances. It's just the way that I will approach the game from now.
I know that, it is never about, for a performer like you, I mean, after a point, it is never about money. It is not. And we know that. Having said that, for all of us, we were in awe when the paddle kept going up and up. I'm sure you were watching because you and I spoke. Yeah, 23.75 crores shows faith. More than anything, it shows faith. It shows we can invest this money in this man because he's expected to deliver. I'm sure you were watching the auction with family. Can you describe what was going through your mind when it kept going up and the bid and KKR was fighting to get you back? And what was was it kind of vindication that, yes, I've been able to do something which is of value?
Yeah, the middle class guy in me was very happy with the money.
Anyone
was
will
very
be.
happy.
Yeah.
But as the paddle kept on going up, I did feel a certain level of nervousness. I said, okay, the team is going, not just KKR, but even RCB. They were showing so much, interest in getting me. One way to look at it is to be extremely happy about it. That, okay, I've done something good in my career that people are paying me so much. another way to look at it, which I feel is correct, is there is a lot of responsibility on me now.
Is it
And again, it is not about performance. It's about how I approach the game, how I approach the tournament, and what I bring to the table.
Is it about pressure? You feel pressure? Because see, and any athlete will fail. It's not Venkatesh Iyer alone. Tendulkar fails. And we know the crowd, right? We know the outside noise. X failure is equal to X money. वो तो होगा, तुम्हारे साथ भी होगा. Does it put any pressure on you?
If I say that there is no pressure, I'm lying. Of course there is pressure, and there has to be pressure. But once a match starts, once IPL starts, it really doesn't matter. No, it really doesn't matter if I am a 20 lakh player or a 20 crore player. How I am looking at it is, I have the opportunity to contribute to the team in multiple ways now. I had the opportunity to contribute with the bat, with the ball, in the field, and now I have one more additional role. So I feel it opens up so many avenues for me. If I haven't scored runs in a game, I can still bowl and get a wicket. If I'm not getting to bowl, I can still take a brilliant catch. Yeah. If that also doesn't happen, I can run up to Ajinkya and tell him that this is what we should do, or this bowler should bowl, still give my ideas and make KKR win. So I think it puts me in a position where I can try to contribute in multiple ways to the team. What else can I ask for?
Absolutely special, absolutely special. 2 questions. 1, 70,000 people, 40 degrees heat. I wouldn't go. 3:30 game. Every match is sold out. Every match people will go there, queues, and go and support you all. A word on KKR fans.
This championship that we play, the jersey that we don, the pride that we feel is not ours. It's theirs. Last year when we won the IPL, I went on record to say that this championship is for the public. For 10 years, they believed in us. We did not bring home any championship. We did not have a lot of superstars with us, but they believed in us. 3:30 game, you said, scorching heat. Sometimes,
it's not easy.
I remember a game where we did not start for 1.5 hours. It was raining. They were still there. We're getting wet, they were still there. Just to see their heroes go out and play. Being so patient, cheering for us through thick and thin. We've had some bad seasons. We've had seasons where our performances were below par, but they've been there always. And that mere thought, it makes me feel like we should do something special for them, not for ourselves, but for them. And in turn, we'll get love from them. Yes, there'll be criticism, but the love that we get is always greater than that.
When I see you and I see your domestic efforts, again, so much talk now from the BCCI about importance of domestic cricket. And in your case, you have always prioritized domestic cricket. I see your efforts for KKR. I see your efforts for your state side. I think India is again round the corner. I know you're living in the present, but is that something that Venkatesh Iyer has to do it one more time? That's something I aspire to?
Definitely.
Also red ball, because
100%.
you are
That's what I was about to say. See, if I know in my head that I have the skill to do something, if I'm not able to do that, then that is something that will be a big regret when I finish. Right now, I know that I can actually contribute to India's victories in test matches as well. I can play T20s for them and one days. If I can do that, there is no point, not taking the effort to do it. So I want to give it my all. And make no mistake, domestic cricket, I feel playing domestic cricket itself is an achievement.
Of course it is.
To represent your state.
Of course.
And especially Bengal, MP, these are big heritage states. Yeah. So to represent your state in itself is an achievement. And if you're doing well there, then I feel, and that's why Indian cricket is so special. If you're able to do really well in domestic, the moment you get an India call-up, a few failures here and there is okay. But you will definitely, do well for India as well. And I feel it's just a matter of few good performances, knowing where I stand in terms of my batting, bowling, fitness. Once that comes, then I think that call-up is not far. And I will not be thinking about the call-up. What I will be thinking is, if it happens,
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? How will I contribute to the victory?
See, I asked you this question because some days back, one of the matches you got injured, and yet, I mean, and by the way, I thought you will not bat. You walked off, and then I see you batting, and I think you scored a 50 or a 70 or an 80, something like that, and you were tonking the ball, and I thought, "Arey, this guy has got this uncanny thing about sort of playing with pain, and he's doing it for a state side." And at the back of my head, somebody came and told me, "Why is he doing it? He's got a 24 crore IPL contract." And I was like, yeah, he's putting his career on the line. But you did it. You did it for your state. You do it for your franchise. That makes you special. And that's why I think you have a red ball career ahead. Maybe, and for India, maybe you've not been able to do that so far, but it is there. It is there for you to take. I mean, is there a deep hunger, Venki? Is there a deep hunger inside that red ball is not something I don't want to finish with?
See, to be honest, my motto is whichever team I'm playing in, I place a value on my wicket. I feel that if I get out, the team's not going to win. Even if I score 100 and get out and the team has lost, it is my mistake. So I value my wicket, be it domestic, be it for India. And I have always played my cricket like that, even for KKR. I feel that if the team has lost, the reason is me. So if that is the case, and if I am injured, but I still feel in my head that I can go and do something so that my team gets bailed out of this situation. And that happened in the first innings where it was a good wicket to bat, but we lost almost 8 wickets for 100. I wanted to go out there and put up a fighting total for our team so that the boys in our team, they would have something to bowl to, and in turn they would be able to pick a few wickets and MP might win from that situation. And when you do certain things like that, the pain and all goes away, to be very honest. Yes, it's there. Again, we've got a good doctor setup, physios and all. But when you're thinking in those directions, and I think all you're thinking of is the ball coming at you. And see, as much as we talk about numbers, pressure, at the end of the day, the game is the ball and the bat. The ball is coming towards you. You have to play it. And it's not like you haven't done that before. You've practiced these games. I've been doing it for over 20 years. So once you're able to narrow it down to that, again, it's not easy and it does not happen every game. अगर ऐसा होता तो हर मैच में लोग रन बनाते. But उस मोमेंट पे मैंने ऐसा ही सोचा कि क्या अगर सिर्फ बॉल आएगा and I will see what happens. मैं बस देखना चाहता था, मेरा लिमिट में टेस्ट करना चाहता था कि क्या होता है. And that day a big realization came. That was the day where I felt like if I am in England and I am doing this for India, then I can actually win India a game there.
Wow. Next few months will be massive for you because India v England and we need someone who can bowl and bat in England. Because agar मैं Australia series देख लूँ, yes, Nitish did well, but with the ball we need more, and that is the role that Hardik does in white ball at the moment. So absolutely, if we can have that, it's a massive thing for India. And I've always said you have the potential. Tell me, last few minutes, how are you backstage? What do you do? I mean, are you a fun sort? I know you're great. You are an academic also. I mean, that's something that sort of makes you different. But do you read more? Are you a foodie? Do you watch films? Do you listen to music? How is Venkatesh Iyer backstage? Yeah? And now, obviously, I mean, marriage and everything. So tell me about that. Family?
It's a different ball game post marriage. Obviously, there is a responsibility on me that there is no theory about. I can't read it anywhere how to fulfill those responsibilities, but it's so much fun. You've got people who support you. You now know who really care for you. You end up losing friends, but you make friends who will stay with you for a lifetime. You know people who are well-wishers. You know people who want you to do well in life.
Of course.
Not just cricket, but they want you to do well in life. They will not just talk to you about this particular match or this particular tournament. They will talk to you long term. They'll talk to you about life in general. And backstage, I feel I don't like to.
Is your wife a cricket fan?
She's a CSK fan. So.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I don't blame her.
So what will happen? KKR versus CSK in Kolkata?
She wants me to do well.
And CSK to win.
That's it. Yeah, she hasn't said that, but I know that's what she wants.
That's the fun of the IPL.
Yeah, and see, it's not just her, but I'm a South Indian. A lot of my family members, I remember giving them tickets, and they will turn up in yellow. You know, it's an insult to me, but again, I can't blame them. You know, it's.
You know why I love the IPL? Because India wins.
Yeah.
Whether KKR wins, CSK wins for me. When I look at it from the outside, India wins every night. That's it. I go home happy. Somebody sleeps happy. India has won. Whether it is Venkatesh Iyer scoring 100 or Mahendra Singh Dhoni winning that match for CSK, India has won. Simple as that. But this is funny. It is a tough one for you to deal with.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's no running away from it. You have to deal with a lot of things.
Yes.
But and I like to keep it very simple. You know, especially after a game. That's my message to all the boys in MP dressing room as well. Yeah, it is important to think about the game, but it's also important to understand that your game is a part of your life. You know, so you have a life to take care of.
Absolutely
as well.
correct.
So just give the importance to the game, because this is our bread and butter. But again, know that there is a life outside of it as well.
Have you picked up any Bangla?
Yeah, I do understand the ek to. I do understand a few words.
And the accent was right. and Kolkata Mishti, have you been able to stay away from it, or have you tried?
Yeah, I have tried it. I like the other sweets better. I like Rasgulla.
You like Rasgulla?
My wife has sent me a message. She wants a few pieces of Rasgulla.
No, we'll send it, because we'll give you as part of. Don't worry. I mean, all that is our job. But I was about to ask: is there a cheat day? I mean, do you indulge?
No, not really. It's not about cheat day. I have a nutritionist. His name is Suraj Thakuria. He's also Varun Chakravarti's nutritionist, also Avesh Khan's. That guy is a genius when it comes to food and all. Even when I feel like eating something junk, he would get that prepared in such a way that it will still be healthy.
यार हमें भी नंबर दे दो.
थोड़ा एक्सपेंसिव है पर बहुत बढ़िया है.
तुम पैसा दे देना. तुम्हारे पास बहुत पैसे हैं. Don't worry. But yeah, food. I mean, so what is indulgence? Cricket is hard work, but what is indulgence?
I think now, for the past few months, indulgence has been family.
Glad. You've been able to spend some time?
Yeah.
Glad.
To sit with my family, which when you sit now, you've understood that, okay, this is something that I missed. This is something which is very basic, and a lot of people don't think about it. Something which is extremely important, especially when your parents are getting old. You've just been married. You actually want to, there is a situation where in India, the father is the leader of the family. And now you being a young guy, you're slowly being pushed into that role. So I'm somewhere in between, wanting to be the leader, but knowing that dad is still the leader. So kind of juggle around. But it's fun to sit with family sometimes.
Last question. If there's one thing, I mean, close your eyes. If somebody asks me, what is the one thing? I want to change sport in India, in the sense, I want to make our profession, that's my legacy. That's what all of us want to do. If there's one thing Venkatesh Iyer wants to achieve, close your eyes and tell me. Ideal.
I really want to be Dr. Venkatesh Iyer next time.
You will be.
Yeah, I'm doing my PhD. Once I finish it, I got a job in the income tax department. I'm not lying, but my mom was happier. My mom was not this happy when I got picked for the Indian team. A typical Indian family mindset. When I got a job, she was so happy. She was like, okay.
So you will do your own audit?
I have to.
This kind of money, what are the taxes, etc., you will do your own audit.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
But seriously, that's your mother. What is your one wish?
To be honest, I'm really grateful for where I am right now.
Politically correct answer हो रहा है. सच बताओ.
I really want to play Test cricket for India. I really want to do that. And I'm saying this because it is not unrealistic. It is something that is achievable. And
I agree.
And it is not very far. So if it is this close, if it is realistic and achievable, then why not do it? You
know me, I don't flatter. I agree. I have said this to you in the past in our personal conversations, and I'm saying it on camera. You have it in you. Don't give it up till you do it, because you have it in you. Time to call it a day. KKR, Venkatesh Iyer, great season coming up. He's a fun guy. And as I said, when I have these conversations with him, and I've had many conversations with him, always I take something away from it, because he thinks. He's a thinking man. He's got his heart in the right place. Great guy to be a friend with. Thank you very much, boss.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.